Well, I am live. I am live. I am live. I should have some volume here running out. Let's double check this to make sure that I've got sound. Let's see. Here, running out. Yep, double check. I have sound. I've got sound going there. I'll pull this off here. Oh, I just saw my pastor doing a Facebook Live there. Let me jump over here. Have sound. I've got sound. Turn that down. All right. So welcome. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Absolutely excited about the way the month is wrapping up. Just totally jazzed. Hey, April, thanks for swinging by. So, a couple of things. One is I'm going to talk about two things. One is I'm going to talk about traveling. If you're in the travel business, if you're in the travel industry, if you're in the rideshare business, if you're in the rideshare industry, and you're not aware of what's fixing to happen in the next 60 or 90 days, you are going to miss a huge financial opportunity. I mean, if you're not reaching out to your customers, people are booking travel. People are ready to go. They're RTG. They're ready to go. I actually posted on my timeline. I went into it's called something radar. It's like Flight Radar 24 or something like that. You can go and you can look at it. You can see how many flights people are flying. Now, are the planes full? People are traveling. People are ready to go. People are booking travel. There's still business people that got to fly all over the country. People are ready to travel. I know we've got some vacations planned here coming up at the end of the year. So we're ready to go. People are booking travel. People are doing that. One of the cool things about the company that I'm with is the fact that you get sort of a wholesale booking engine that you can go in and sort of like have an access like at a travel agent level. I guess I can sort of say that. But it's just really cool way to go in and price shop against all the other portals like Expedia, Travelocity, Hotels.com, all those guys, and see who's got the best deal going on. It's a really cool access. So I'll just say that if you guys would like access to that, shoot me a private message. Get it. There's absolutely no cost, no catches, no nothing, and get you set up. It's very cool, and go in and see if it's something that you can use at least as a tool. I love saving money. I've got a free coffee pot on rewards points. I've got free shoes on rewards points. I've got free pants on rewards points. I love helping people save money. So I'm going to throw that out there. I just jumped into my head, and especially the rideshare industry, that's fixing to blow crazy. I've been working on just getting a lot of rideshare drivers enrolled and getting them up and running, which has been very cool. And when that kicks back in and they actually start driving, there's going to be a lot of revenue generated there. So if you're in the rideshare business, if you're thinking about getting in the rideshare business, if you have some questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. If you're trying to figure out how you'd like to put yourself in front of this money wave that's fixing to happen, reach out to me and I can give you some insight on what I know, get you some information, you can check it out, see if it might be a fit for some good way for you to make some extra money as a side hustle. So coming back to what we're talking about, what I wanted to talk about tonight was 3 tools that you must have if you're going to build a big list. And some of the things, of course, is having lead captures and things. I talked about that before. But 3 of the things that you must have, the first thing that you must have that's required is you need to understand who your target audience is. You need to understand who you are marketing to, who are you talking to, who are you going after, who do you want to bring into your camp, either as a customer and as a business partner, or both. Maybe it just depends. So I know that when an employer is hiring somebody, there's this, I think it's called Hireology, and they can actually go in and they can set somebody up and they go through and ask a series of questions. And then based on those questions, it gives a measured response at the bottom, and it lets the person know that's doing the hiring where this person may or may not be a fit in their organization based on how they responded to the questions that were asked, right? So it's called Hireology. It's basically the psychology of the employee before you actually even bother having them come in and waste your time in an interview. They go through this process and it gives them a grade or score, right? So the employer knows who that target audience is by asking a certain groups of questions based on the culture that they want to get from that position. So saying the same thing. So when you're sitting down as an entrepreneur, if you're like me and you need to figure out who's my target audience, who's my target client, what do they look like, what do they smell like, what are their demographics, you need to write that person down. You even need to give them a name. You can give him or her name. If it might be your target audience could be 3 different groups. It could be families. It could be single men. It could be single women. It could be whatever it is that you're based on your product. One is you need to know, and number one is and how do you figure that out? So you know who your target audience is. How do you figure out what your target audience is going to do? And this is still sort of part one, is you need to understand what your product offers, what solution it's offering, what is it giving to people, not what it is, not what's in it, because nobody cares. Nobody cares that it's triple biofeedback ketones. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if it's CBD oil. They don't care. It really doesn't matter. What they care about is what has it done for me lately, in my Janet Jackson voice, right? What is your product going to do to solve somebody's problem? What solution are you going to offer them with your product or service? It ain't just about like, hey, look at my new bright shiny object. I know that my product saves people money on travel. I know that beyond a doubt, because there's story after 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 story of people saving money. I know I save money like a lot, like lots and lots. And I get rewards points in it. It's cool because I've got enough rewards points to take a trip to anywhere I want to in the world, which is very cool. Inside my portals, I just got to figure out when I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to do it for my 10th anniversary with my co-wife, and we're going to do a really cool trip, and it's going to be really neat. And I'm going to put it all over Facebook so you guys can see. So we're going to be celebrating our 10-year wedding anniversary this upcoming year, and it's going to be a fun trip that we're going to plan. It's going to be really neat. I'm not sure if my wife really wants to go to Paris right now. I know that's one of her favorite places, so we'll see how that comes up this next coming year. If I can get her to go to Paris, I want to take her to Paris. If not, I got a backup plan. It's going to be just funerific to be able to do that. But I know as a result of shopping around how much money. I just went to Houston here. I want to say it was in February, I think it was. Saved a ton of money on the hotel. I stayed at like a 5-star hotel, literally for 3-star prices. It was crazy cool. Just the everything that was going on was very, very neat. There, so very, very awesome. Babe, did you say something?
No.
Okay. So very, very neat opportunity there. He must be, excuse me. I don't know if it was just me or maybe she's on a call or something there. Sounds like she was. Anyway, so I could hear the feedback, and it was just sort of messing with my brain there. I don't know if it was getting some echo in here from down the hall. So anyway, wanted to talk about these things. So one is you need to know who your target audience is, and along with that, you need to understand what solution that you're going to solve for them. So that's the first thing that you need to have as a must if you're going to build a list, right? You want to have the right people on the list, so you need to know who you're going to put on that list. Second of all, you need to know where they live. You need to know where they hang out. Where do these people hang out at? What are they like? So I made my list of stuff that's the people that I like, and this is so easy to find people, right? It's so easy. People say, where do I find people? Well, you find people that are like you. So I made a little list of 5 things, and I actually learned this from my coach, or actually certain Satan learned it, reinforced it from my coach, and she said to pick out 5 areas of things that you like to do, that you like to do, and then you post about them. So I took it to the next level and said, okay, if those 5 things are things that I like to do, I can put those people on my target audience list because my product will serve them. So of course, the first one is travel. I was in the Navy, been all over the world. It's really cool. Can't wait to get to take my wife and her mom to Singapore and go on a shopping spree. That's on my list of stuff to do, which is very, very cool. I'm excited about doing that. Of course, then tech and business tools. I love techie stuff. I love business tools. So in terms of that, I can go find other people. So going back to what was the reason for this list. So people in travel, I can go to travel pages. I can find people that are on travel pages. I can have communications with them. I can talk about my product. I can even talk about my opportunity with them. Makes it really easy. Tech and business tools. I can talk techie, geeky stuff like putting a spreadsheet together to track people, or building a lead magnet, or creating, how to create a custom branded domain and build a website, build a lead page, all that kind of stuff. So I can talk to people that are in that audience in an arena, depending on what I want to talk to them about, is I can serve them and have a relationship with them. And of course, I can ask them if they might be open to look at a way to save money on travel, right? That's an opportunity there. So Mindset and motivation. Who would be people in that industry, right? The people you think of that are mindset motivators, motivation, people that inspire, encourage, recognize, do all that kind of stuff. There's tons of those types of speakers out there that are really good people to listen to. Matter of fact, I was listening to a YouTube video yesterday. Denzel Washington was on it. Steve Harvey, and then another gentleman I'm not familiar with, but oh my God, did they bring some heat on that one? It was so awesome YouTube video. So again, people like that, plugging into those people, there's going to be people that are following those people that are like me, that like listening to that kind of stuff, like being motivated, like inspiring, like impacting people's lives. So those are the people that I'm going to bring along with me. Hey, Kathy. So if you guys are seeing me live, can you do me a favor and just comment, just say, hey, what's going on? Maybe talk about what the weather is. Where I want to see if my software is working right here, because I see you guys on my iPhone, but I don't see you on my software, and I want to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. If not, I'm going to reboot it and get a refund or a kickback or something from them. Anyway, so mindset and motivation. So and for those of you, I totally forgot to introduce myself. Apologize. My name is Forrest. For those of you that don't know me, I live in St. Louis. I love helping people. I'm a social media marketing strategist, residual income strategist, if you want to say that, and a coach. And I love helping businesses. Thanks, Cheryl. Appreciate that. So it looks like it's working. So I love helping people grow and expand their business. And of course, my underlying goal, or my total overall goal, is to have no more empty refrigerators. So I'm really excited about that. So mindset and motivation. Who are people that are in that arena, and then who are the people that are following those? I want to establish a relationship with those people in terms of reaching out to them, maybe growing my business, because I want to have positive people in my business. I want to have people that have a growth mindset. I want to have people that are looking to move down the road. I want to look for people that have maybe an aspiration to be a leader. Right now, that doesn't necessarily mean that's everybody in my team. Some people just want to be around that type of culture, and that's absolutely okay. I have no problem with having people that want to be supportive, that show up at every meeting, that show up at every training, that sort of the cheerleaders in the crowd that just need that atmosphere, and they're absolutely okay to be there. So who are those people? I love cars, bikes, motorcycles, and cycling. That's my three areas. So any one of those, or somebody's talking about the coolest new Mercedes-Benz that's coming out, or maybe the newest Harley-Davidson that might be out, or maybe the newest bicycle that might be out. Any one of those three, I can go talk to people in any one of those areas about any one of those types of and have an immediate rapport going on. So for example, if I say I went to the Mercedes-Benz page and I found a post that a whole bunch of people liked because they just launched a new Mercedes product, and I could see the likes on there, and I could go in and I'd say, hey, and I could send them a private message. Of course, this would be a total cold contact. I might go look at their profile first just to see if they're a real person, because sometimes there's a lot of bots out there that go through and like stuff on Facebook. But I could go to their Facebook page, take a quick look at their profile, see if it's somebody I really want in my business, and I can send them a private message that says, hey, I know we don't know each other. It looks like I'm expanding my business to, wherever they live. It looks like, and I noticed you're into Mercedes. Cool, I am too. I drive AC 300. Anyway, the reason I'm reaching out to you is because I'm expanding my business. I know we don't know each other. However, I was wondering if you might be open to taking a look at what I'm doing to earn some money using social media. If not, absolutely okay, no big deal. Let me know either way. And I put that in their inbox. Now, what I may do is go back and tag them on the post and say, hey, just a heads up, I just sent you a message. Or I may, say something on their profile if I can. Say, hey, I just sent you, just to check your inbox. I sent you some information. I got a question for you. Anyway, I'm getting that, and I do that 30, 40, 50 times a day in terms of reaching out to these people. So tools that are must have. One is you need to know who your target or avatar is, who your target person is, basically what is in their, the solution that you need to have for them. Second, you need to know where they live. Where are you going to find these people? So what I would suggest is you make a list of your top 5 things that you like to do, right? So mine were travel, techie, business tools, cars, motivation and mindset, cars, bikes, and cycling. And of course, my 5th one, which is marketing. I love marketing. So I'm going to go find people that are into marketing. And those are going to be the 5 categories of people that I'm going to have something in common with, that I'm going to be able to talk to and build a relationship with and talk about. So marketing side would be anything business related. Of course, the motivation and mindset would, of course, would be positive people that I want to engage with and have a regular conversation with, because negative Nellies are no fun. And of course, the travel part's just getting out, going around and traveling and seeing the world, which is always a really cool thing to do. One of my things on my list in travel is to get an RV, a really nice one, maybe a Marathon Motor Coach or something just really crazy, sexy, expensive, nice luxury deal. And I would like to take my wife and our dog and just travel around and follow a baseball team, whether it's the Cardinals or the Rockies or somebody like that. And wherever they're playing, go there for vacation. Say that, for example, they're going to go play in Cleveland or they're going to go play in Florida. Go there, follow the team basically, watch their series of games depending on how we could catch them, just follow that team all around the country during baseball season and use their schedule to set our vacation with, of course, which would be really, really cool trip. And it's not that I'm a baseball fan, it's just something I came up with because be able to go in a baseball stadium, maybe collect a cup from whatever stadium that you're at or whatever, get some pictures, have just a real cool experience to travel around the country that I live in and just get a different feel for all the different cities that have really cool baseball fans, sort of like the St. Louis does. So that would be something that would be real inspiring to do in terms of a travel deal. So being able to have those conversations with people in the travel area that love to travel, it's like, hey man, that's really cool. And maybe when I get to that point, you can start talking to people about RVing. So those are all your target avatars. And the third thing we're not doing. So first thing is you need to know who they are and what solution you're going to solve for them. Second is, where do they live? Where do you find them? How are you going to find these people? And there's tons of pages out there. You can find them on LinkedIn. You can find them on Instagram. You can find them on Twitter. Just search for whatever topic that you like. I would suggest picking 5 or so topics of things that you like, and then go find people that like the same stuff. And of course, number 3, the third most important thing, and I've got a bonus here for you too that I wanted to share with you as well. But the third one is being able to capture that lead. How do you get them onto your list and have them in an actual physical tool that's going to inspire them? So after you talk to them, after you've engaged with them, after you've sent them somewhere and you say, hey, I've got some really cool information I'd like to share with you if you're open to taking a look at what I'm doing, you need to get that person on your list so that you can follow up with them. And one of the really cool tools that I use is what I call a lead capture page. It's got a little bit of a teaser information on there. It's got some real cool sales copy. And of course, it asks for their email address at the bottom. It says, hey, if you're interested in, earning some extra money working from home, give me your email address. And we'll show you, a short 15-minute presentation or whatever it is. We'll go through the details, however you want to word that sales page. But the primary point of that is to have a lead capture page that's going to capture their email address, that's going to put them on your email list so that you can continue to follow up with them until they make a decision either to unsubscribe because they don't want to hear from you anymore, or become a customer or become a business partner. And that's the process in doing that. So that's the 3 things. One is you need to know who they are, what solution you're going to solve for them. Second, you need to have a general idea on what where they live, where you find them. Third is you need a way to, once you've reached out to them and they have agreed for more information, is you want to be able to capture them and put them on a list and follow up with them. And if you like the tool, I've got a 14-day trial that I can share with you guys. That for the tool that I use is absolutely okay, absolutely cool tool that's generated me thousands and thousands of leads on a list. So anytime I want to do an email blast, I can email blast those people on that list, get an update, and keep them in the loop. And some people opt out, some people subscribe. Matter of fact, I just had one guy today reach back out to me and said, hey, it's been a long time. And he lives up in New Jersey. He says, yeah, I'm ready to do something now. So which is very, very cool because I constantly dripped on him. So if you would like that, it comes with a 14-day free trial. You can go in and try it out with absolutely no catches. Go check it out. Shoot me a private message. I'll get the link for you. You can go in and play with it. It's a very easy tool. It's a drag and drop situation. Go in and it gives you a really cool way to create a lead capture page. Gives you a real cool way. They've got a lot of templates in there. They've got a lot of how-to videos. Very, very easy system to use. If you're planning on building a list, you need to have a way to capture them. And of course, that would be what you call a lead capture page, or like I talked about the other day, a lead magnet. You can use the same thing. You create a lead magnet that drives them to a lead capture page, and of course, grabs the email address from that. So, and the bonus, which is the absolute most important part of this entire thing. Hey, Terry, thanks for swinging by. Hey, Robert, thanks for swinging by. The bonus part of everything that you're going to need to do this, watch this, is you. Is you. You have got to show up and do this deal. If you're seriously wanting, and I talked about this last night, is taking action right now. If your business isn't where you want it to be, if it's not growing as fast as you want it to grow, if you're not getting the results that you want to get, then you need to show up every day and you need to figure out in your time block of your day how you're going to fit you into your business schedule. How, you know, if you're a busy mom, you've got stuff going on, you've got to figure out, do I need to turn off Netflix? Do I need to do this? Do I need to figure out do I need to pick out a day? Like, for example, Thursdays are my freaking prospecting and follow-up day. And my whole plan for my Thursday, unless of course I'm doing something like I did today, is I helped my wife put her office together. But in 99 out of 10 Thursdays, I'm prospecting and following up, and building my business. And as a result, I average, my average actually went down a little bit because I changed my prospecting. I'm actually looking for business partners right now versus customers. But normally when I'm just in customer mode, I'm enrolling somewhere around 15 to 20 customers a day on a regular basis, doing what I just shared with you guys, because I'm reaching out to people, I'm prospecting people, and I'm doing a lot, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 a day. Now, if you're brand new, I probably just freaked you out, like I don't have time. So here's how you do this, and I'm gonna close with this. Here's how you figure out how much time you have to prospect. First, and I gave you the list of who you're looking for, where they're gonna live, and how you find them, right? And of course, having the lead capture page to put them on a list, that's almost secondary to the first two. The first two, you just need to get reaching out to people. You need to make sure you have some kind of video presentation that you can send to people. Our video presentation actually comes along built into a lead capture page. So when I send them that lead capture page, it asks for their name and email, then it tracks and it tells me when they watch it, how often they watch it, how quick they watch it. Very, very cool product. So highly recommend that you have something like that that tells you and keeps you up to date. If your company doesn't have one, I would say go build one. But if you don't have those tech skills, you might have to hire somebody to do that. So the bonus side of this is you need to show up, pick out a time, right? Pick out a time block, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I would recommend at least 30 minutes because you're going to need that 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a good time block. In 30 minutes, as a novice, a beginner person, you're probably going to be able to reach out to about 15 people, in all honesty. You need to have a copy and paste script that you're going to send to people. If you haven't seen those yet, we'll maybe talk. Let's see, what is tomorrow? Friday? Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow on a live about some prospect scripts and how to reach out to people and what to say to them. So if you want the link to the 14-day trial to capture those leads, shoot me a private message. I'll get that to you. Again, just to summarize, the three things that are a bonus. One is you need to know who your target avatar is and what solution you're going to solve for them. Number two is you need to know where they live and how are we going to find them. It's going to be based on what you like, what interests you have. You can go out and talk to those people and you have a way to build rapport as you're doing that. And number three, of course, is having a place to send them to capture their leads and have their information that sort of works on an automated follow-up system for you to be able to do that. The cool thing about our company and our business is we have that all built in. Our system is once we capture them, we put them in that lead capture page, it goes on autopilot. It's like bam, 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 bam. It does it all on autopilot, which is really cool. So I can put, tons and tons of customers in, and I don't have to. I still do some follow up with people on the customer side. I may just send some message, say, hey, thanks for being a customer. But in all reality, our system does all of that on autopilot. It does all the follow up. It does all the stuff that a normal person would hate to do. Even salespeople hate to do follow-up. I know because I've been a sales guy a long time and a sales manager for a long time, and trying to get a salesperson to follow up, I might as well try to pull the moon out of the sky. So again, if you want that tool, shoot me a private message. I'll get that to you. And tomorrow we'll talk about scripts. We'll talk about reaching out and what to say to people and how to get them to move from that area onto your landing page to get on your list. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. No more empty refrigerators. Go out and make an extreme impact. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.